YouTube. Good morning. It's Terrence Ray coming to you right before the market open. I was having some difficulties with my little intro, but that's okay. Guess I'm gonna have to do some editing. So we are post Fed announcement. I actually put a trade on yesterday after the Fed announcement. We're gonna go over that. Let's see how this buffer play. All right. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. The hopefully it plays a little better. We'll see. Having some difficulties, but let's. The show must go on. So right now we got about 2 minutes for the opening bell. Right now, taking a look at the screen, we got the S&P futures up about 11 handles. We got the Nasdaq futures up 74 handles. The Dow is up. So basically everything is up almost what a quarter of a percent. And basically I'm just looking right over here. You can see I got change percentage and I got the change right here. So this is letting you know basically the market is going to open down flat. Did I say up earlier? I meant to say down. I'm sorry. The market's going to open down a little bit and then we'll see pretty much once it opens what the rest of the stocks will do. So yesterday, basically, Jerome Powell and the Fed they did a 75 point interest rate hike, which all of those things are basically already factored into the market. Um, so it's not like if you go on the Fed Watch, there's a Fed Watch tool, and maybe I'll bring it up in a minute, and that's the bell. And what the Fed Watch tool does is it gives you like the probability of Fed rate hikes in the future. So we can even go on there and look and see what the probability is of the next Fed rate hike. So all of those things are already factored into the market. So it's not like it's not like it's new news. So if you're watching, TV programming, they're making it seem like, well, what will the Fed do? We already know for the most part what the Fed's gonna do. It's only been one time that I've been tricked with that. But it wasn't the Fed. It wasn't our Fed. I was trading like Forex or something. And I think I was in like the Australian dollar. I can't remember. It may have been the Canadian dollar. I think I was in like CAD JPY or something like that. And the Canadian, instead of doing like whatever they were going to do, they did like a higher rate. I can't remember if it was increase, decrease, whatever. It was a few years ago. And I had a position on, and I'm talking about that candlestick was long. And I think it knocked me out of my position or I got margin. I didn't know what I was doing. I think I had too big of a lot size on or whatever. And and that's the only time that I remember. And that wasn't, of course, that wasn't the United States. That wasn't that was I think it was Canada. It was either Canada or Australia. It was one of them. But I do know I was in a yen pair and I got smoked. And that's one of the reasons why you hardly ever see me trade on like 1 minute candles, like if I'm scalping or something like that. And even in that, I'm just like, I'm trading really small. I trade really small so that those things don't happen anymore. Kind of learn by messing up. So as you can see, like the market opened down a little bit. And what I got pulled up right now is the spot is the ETF or the S&P 500. And just looking at this, you see starting to come. It's look like um It's making up the little loss that it opened with. See, it's slight green candle right here. So basically, what I'm guessing, now I don't know for sure. You got a gap right here. If you go back to July 15th on this chart right here, we got a gap. So we right here in support. Let's see if I can draw something. Let's see if my connection is gonna let me do some. Let's see if it's gonna let me do some stuff without messing up. I'm gonna draw this straight across. This is where this gap is right here. I think I should have went a little further. But see right there, that's a gap. And if I come to the hourly, I'll drop this down and come to an hourly chart. You can see it. You see it right here. So I'm gonna move over a little bit. See that gap right there, that gap up, and then that started this move right here. And then we took off. And all that is, I'm gonna go back to the daily. That's right here. So, in essence, we're right there in that area. And some would consider that support. Resistance would be at the top and support would be at the bottom. And that red candle yesterday kind of went through it. So let's see what happens today. It's a possibility. Now, one thing I have noticed and I'm observing right now before we get into the trade that I put on yesterday is looking at the VIX and the VIX futures. And you can see that they're down. We don't have an elevated VIX, which means for me is I'm not expecting this to be a strong down day. That VIX will be elevated if the market was going to continue to run down. Now, something could change now, but as of right now, we don't have an elevated VIX. And with the and with us not and with us having a VIX that currently is in the red, which leads me to believe that we're not gonna get a whole lot of volatility today. So we could just drift and go sideways or whatnot. So I don't really expect a whole lot. Now this could change. It is relatively flat, so it's not like this can't turn and go, right? As we can see the spy starting to roll over a little bit. But let's see. So yesterday we had the news. I waited. I actually did this trade from my phone. I was at work and I put this on my phone, and I plan on using my phone some, and that's the next thing I want to do. And then that way I'll be able to show you guys how to use the phone and trade. Like if you're mobile, um, pretty easy on the TastyWorks app. So I did a put spread, right? Let's take a look at the put spread. What I did. Let's look right now. I'm down. I know because the market then proceeded to sell off. But my put strike hadn't been challenged, not quite yet. I sold the 373, bought the 368, and the market sold down. So basically, that's a bullish trade. I got bullish, meaning I want the market to go up in order for me to make money. This is a $5 wide put spread, and let's go to I'm gonna go and look at the curve view so you can actually see what it looks like. Now it was further out of the money. I think this was like a 35 delta or something like that when I sold it, and the market just went against me. And no, let's see, do it like this. Excuse me. So what I did was I brought over this little tab right here. So I can click it back, come up here to the right, top right corner, click on that arrow. And if I had multiple positions in the SPY, you'd see them all checked, and you would just check the ones that you want to look at, right? And so I'm looking at this spread, which is in October, 29 days, and then you can see, and then click on view analysis, and that's what we see. And so what you see is right here where this flag is, this is the actual price. And I need the market to go up or stay flat, either or. And as you can see, this is where if it comes this way, obviously I lose money. That's down. And if it goes up or stays flat, then I make money. And that's basically the trade. Um, you can see I have a 56.5 or percent of probability of it going this way, right? You can look at it and tell it's giving you the percentages, and your probabilities. So basically, that's all it is. A put spread is just, instead of selling a naked put, and go back to the table. If I sold this put naked, like I'm gonna click on it again, like I wanted to sell it naked, right? So you would see I would take in, let's put a lock on it. So when I click this lock, it just stops it from, moving. Excuse me, moving with the market, and the market is look like it's going down, and you guys see the VIX future starting to go up. So you can see I would take in 975 in premium now, and the only and see it would margin my account 7 grand. Well, instead of doing that, if you go and then you buy a put, watch, you see the buying power change. Now your max profit will change too, but you don't have as much risk in the trade. So selling a put spread just caps your risk. It's kind of like, it's almost like a stop loss, but it's not. It caps you. It makes it a defined risk trade. And so by me defining my risk, I have a max amount that I could lose. And with it being a $5 wide spread, you just take away whatever credit you receive, and then that's your max loss right there. And you see the system tells you max loss. So if you take this put off, now look at your max loss. Now, obviously, that would mean that the S&P 500 would have to go to zero for you to lose this amount. All right. So they don't margin you that, because what are the odds or chances or whatever that it goes to zero? So they margin you a certain percentage, or of it. And that's the 7,200. So if you don't want that, then you can always widen it. Instead of doing $5 wide, I could do a $10 wide and take in more premium, and it'll just subtract that, because with it being a $10 wide, if I take in $3.50 in premium, you will subtract that from the 10. Excuse me. Now let's see if we can let's take a look at some other. I'm gonna go over here and change my watch list up. And I like to look at the fast movers on Tasty to see what's moving. Right. Let's go take a look at the fast movers with the market looking like we're gonna get some downside action. Now, what happened is, if I get challenged at 373, I'm gonna roll that put spread out in time and buy me some more time. You gotta pretty much make up your mind when you're gonna roll. I don't have to roll, because I still got 29 days. I could just hold it. But the thing is, if I don't roll it now, then I won't be able to roll it probably in the future. Like if it goes, so what I mean is, if let's say it blows through this part right here and gets right around in here, and I'm cool with losing the max loss, but I wouldn't be able to roll the trade here. I'd probably be rolling for like a debit, and I don't like to roll for a debit. So like if it gets right around in here today, then I may roll out in time and take it all the way back out, take it out here to 57 days. And then that'll give me a whole lot more time to maybe the market turn around in my favor. And by rolling it, all I'm doing is basically buying this back, selling this out. So basically, it would look like this. Click here. So basically, by me buying this, I would be closing this out. selling that, closing that out, and then coming out, let's see, 57 days, I would go to the was that the 44 delta, and I will put it here. And you see, even today is it's right around flat. So it ain't quite. It's like, that's still a debit. I don't like to roll for a debit. So maybe I might do something like here, and then I could get like a little credit. And then I would get further out in time, give me more time. But I'm gonna sit on it and I'll watch it today. I'll be at the computer all day today. Me and my son made. I told him we was gonna do a little. He out today. He didn't feel well for school, but I don't know what's going. I got a little bug going around. Um, so me and him may do something on one of the games and record a video and mess around with that. So, but I'll have I'll be monitoring my system like all day today. So let's take a look over here and see what we got. So with the market looking like that is down, this is actually what I like to do. I like to come back, leave my watch list up so I can look at the overall market. Come over here and click over here, go to watch list, got my fast movers up. That way I can see both what's going on in the overall market. And then I can look over here. You see we got Nvidia. So let's take a look at Nvidia. But the thing about NVIDIA is I got divergence on the MACD. So if you look down here at the bottom, see how the momentum is here, but over here it looks like the MACD is getting ready to turn. I technically looking at this, I don't think this down day a hold. I could be wrong, but I don't think this it's a strong down day. So I don't really want to get short into this. Now in my long term portfolio, I have a longer term portfolio and with another broker, and in there I actually bought Apple. Like I bought some Apple yesterday. Now, just I'm just looking at the MACD. You can see the it accelerating to the upside right here on the histogram, and so I'm expecting a little rally. Let's look at Amazon. Now, Amazon is actually accelerating to the downside. So let's take a look at Meta. So basically, all the fangs are on the fast movers watch list. Meta's been getting killed. Um, Arc is down 2.5%. IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell, is down. Let's look at DraftKings. DraftKings is one of those stocks that I like long term. I think I talked about this before. As long as as long as as long as football is running strong, people can gamble and play fantasy sports and stuff like that. This stock should be. The only thing is you got so many different companies. You got all these different companies. That's the only thing about it. And you got so many different ones you can play with. But there aren't that many ways to express that view in the market other than DraftKings and I think Penn. I don't know of any other tickers or any other stocks that you can um that you can trade on the New York Stock Exchange that I know of. Google is basically flat. XLE. So we got energy is up. The financials are down. I don't know what this is. NRBO, Neurobo Pharmaceuticals. Look at this crazy wick. I wouldn't even trade this. Look at this wick. In one day, it went up to what, almost 63 bucks, and then came and closed back at like 30 something. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's some people I did try. I wouldn't touch this. Now, I will say this: products like that, that's how you make money. That's also how you lose it. So I guess well, you could take those chances. Be honest with you. I'm not gonna. Um, Now this ain't financial advice, but when you got a small amount of money, then I guess it's best for you to take chances to try to make you some. Then once you get it, then what you do? You concentrate on trying to preserve it. So then you may dial it back then. But so man, you know, let's see what happens. But man, just imagine that's almost a 40 buck, like from high to low. Oh, it's almost 40 bucks. That's crazy. Like 30, what, 34 buck swing. So look at coin. Coin is, down 1%. That's It's kind of weird because Bitcoin is up a little bit. Not a whole lot. That's not a lot for Bitcoin, up a percent. Carvana, I like Carvana. Um, Chart wise, look like it's coming back into support. So if you see this, let me lighten this up so it's easier to see. All right, here you go. Take that off. Now, you look left. Matter of fact, you see that? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this off. Let's hide this. You look left, you see this right here where it came up, pulled back, and then took out that high. So now that again, and then it came here and stopped. So this is kind of almost like a support area. It's not a bad area, to put on something else, to be honest with you. On Kavana. Let's see, what is this? Blue Apron Holdings. Same thing. You got a gap right here. Um, Market's been down. You had what? One down day, two down days, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9 down days in a row. So it's almost like, this ain't a bad stock to maybe try to set up a bullish trade in. Like, I don't mind getting short. I like getting short, but I like to get short when the market is up. And a lot of these stocks are already beaten up. AMD getting killed. And it's getting ready to take out this low. But the thing is, on the RSI, it's already oversold. So AMD is oversold on the RSI. See? So, I mean, you would have wanted to be short before then. You almost want to buy into weakness at this particular point in AMD. You got Shopify. I just don't any of these. This is a this wouldn't be a bad day to be doing some scalping if that's you're a day trader. Roku is down. All of these stocks look like they're down. Square, Square's oversold. So with Square being oversold, what is this? Unity Software, Peloton. I seen a Peloton coming out with a new road bike or something like that. It's a crazy price too. It's a crazy price. I don't see how they well, I guess they ain't making money. They're already down to $8. Peloton was up to at one point, Peloton, this is crazy. Peloton was right here. I'm showing what, $100. Let me see if I can go. I don't know how long this stock been, how much data I got. Ooh, that's crazy. Look at this. Peloton at one point was up around 160, 170. It's a $8 stock, and I still wouldn't buy it. I still wouldn't buy it. I mean, when we had the pandemic, it was like, okay, when you're in a pandemic, I could see you. I could see you wanting to. This stuff was popular, but you're not in a pandemic. You can go out and go to the gym and stuff and get outside. I just not a good model to me. Snap, killed. CCL, all these stocks. This is Carnival Cruise Line. I think they killed. I think they had earnings or something yesterday. It may have had something. Let me so I go to overview. They had no, they don't. This says earnings on September 29th. I'm looking right over here on the right. Also, you'll see it too if you got ready to make an options trade. See right here, if this is correct. So I wouldn't make none there. Um, these stocks are getting annihilated. PayPal got PayPal coming down. These are, you know, this is weakness. This is when you get long, in my opinion. Uber's down. Look at this gap. I wouldn't get long this though, just because of this gap. You don't know if it's gonna fill this gap. What could you sell like a put at the 25 level? Yeah, you ain't getting nothing for it. You gotta come all the way to at least the 31 delta. See, collect buck 10. They're gonna margin you 383. It's not a bad it's not a bad trade if you believe in it. When do they got earnings? November 3rd. So you ain't gotta worry about earnings. It's not a bad trade. I'm gonna come back to. I'm just running through some stuff. Uh, but this is what I do on a daily basis. I come through. I come to the fast movers. Now now you see where it says Tasty hourly top equities. There's nothing on there yet, but they update that around 11 o'clock, and so you'll have like the top. I think it's like 15 equities, something like that. It's right around that number. I don't know, 12, 15, 20 equities that's trading through their platform hourly, and then they'll update it through the rest of the day. I like to come there and look and see what everybody else is trading. And then I look for trades of my own. Riot, I want to look at Riot because I bought some Riot um, in my long term portfolio. I bought Riot, um, I bought Apple, and I bought this company ETRN. It's like got something to do with like energy, gas, and stuff like that. Equitrans, but it's a I've been on this company. It was right around there. If you follow me on Twitter, I think I posted something on it from put a chart up on Twitter like months back. And when it was back here, when I had this bull flag. So I just been in and out on this, like trading it, right? Taking profit when it go up. And I think this stock is gonna with all the stuff going on geopolitically with Russia, China, with rumors of wars and talking about, gas prices going up and down. When you look up the company, I don't know exactly. They are it's gas, it's energy related. So any of those stocks, price is gonna be fluctuating. So I want to be in the fluctuations. So it's not an expensive stock. It's like a $9 stock, and it pays a dividend. Pays a 15-cent dividend for a relatively cheap stock right now. So I don't mind building a position in that. What else? Uh, let's see, XOM, Exxon. Yeah, if you notice, the majority of these charts look the same. Like they have a similar look to them. So, with that being said, I you pretty much, if you trade one, you're not getting any diversity at this point. Meaning, like a lot of times, what I've seen watching TV, and they talk about diversifying your portfolio. It's not a whole lot of diversification in stocks. You might can get some diversification in like maybe real estate. Um, maybe you can buy artwork. I'm just thinking about stuff. Maybe flipping cars, or maybe you like things outside of the stock market. Once you in it, look, when there's a sell off, everything going down. It doesn't matter what stock you own. Don't believe me? Go back and look at COVID. You just pull up a chart of COVID. Everything was going down. Everything. I don't know. You may find one or two stocks that wasn't. Like initially, they all were, and then you once they found out that they was going to start working on something like a, um, something to help uh, cure the whatever you want to call it, like a vaccine. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart, and when they start to work on that, you seen those particular stocks starting to move, like Moderna, Pfizer, think what Johnson and Johnson, so, certain those particular stocks. But for the most part, everything went down. So when you have those big market sell-offs, and it doesn't matter what different stocks you own, the real diversification is in your strategy. So you can, let's say you own stocks, you can short futures to hedge your position. Just come in and whack some futures, shave some deltas off your position. You can come in and sell calls against your long positions. So those are ways for me, what I think of diversifying. So that's why you don't see me, even though I like a lot of these setups, they're bullish setups. And I'm already down um, on some bullish setups. This is just a little weekly SPX butterfly. I just paid $10 for it. But I put a put spread on. I put a put spread on in the SPY yesterday. So this particular trade, I ain't really itching to put on another bull trade right now. I want to see the market move a little bit more, and then I may put on another bull trade, another bullish trade, or I may do something like an iron condor or something like that in another underline. So that's why I'm not rushing out to, because I actually like some of these setups. I like the way the charts look in some of the setups, but I'm gonna let the market move. That's another thing. Let the market move some, and then you add more positions on as it moves. So even if you are layering into it, um, with more positive delta trades, then you won't be in at the same area. It's kind of like you got bullish here some, then it came down some more, then you got bullish some more here. So it'd be something like that. Let's see. Take a look at Boeing. I like to watch. I watch Boeing and Caterpillar. Boeing is almost oversold. Caterpillar is getting down around that area as well. Will it take out these lows right here? I don't know. So I'll watch these. I kind of put those. I watch those on a regular basis. Those are like your, Boeing and Caterpillar. I think I took like a little class on what's it called, Udemy, and the guy used to work for Goldman Sachs, and he was teaching a class on like fundamentals and a lot of different things to look at. And so one of the things he said in the class was, you know, they pay a lot of attention to Boeing and Caterpillar because it'll give you like a bead on how the stock market is going to move overall. And so ever since then, I took that class. I've been putting Boeing and Caterpillar on my watch list, and I watch them. So with them be getting to the close to the oversold area, um, I do think that we'll get a rip your face rally. Then we're gonna get a rally pretty soon. So I'm gonna sit tight with this spy position. Now, right now it's at 374. If I get challenged at 373 and go down another buck or two, I'm probably gonna roll this out. And so the next video you see me do, I'll have different strikes. And I may do another video tomorrow morning as well. Same time, right when the market opens. So hey guys, I hope you got something out of this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and tune in for tomorrow to see. You get a chance to see me roll. If I roll it today, I already showed you exactly the roll that I'm gonna do. So if you see me get challenged, if you see the market go down to 373, then that's where I'll take my roll and I'll sit tight from there and then see what the market does. Um, Trade small, you know, don't trade. I would advise anybody, to stay within your, because like if you're nervous in a trade, then your trade is too big. Like if you like, I don't have problems sleeping or anything like that. If you ever have problems like with any type of investment, it's too big. You're using too much of your money to make that investment. I don't care what it is. You should be easy about whatever your investment is, to be honest with you, because that let you know your risk is in line when you cool with it. When you're not cool with your risk, that's when you know that you're outside of your means per se. And that's pretty much with anything. And so I may come back on later on this afternoon, especially if we get a rally. If I get a rally, I'm gonna come back on later on this afternoon. So guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, comment, let me know what you like, what you don't like. I'm gonna have to edit the beginning of this video, but it's all good. I'm out. Peace.